It's from nasty kids.
Like you touch your eyes in the gym, then you get pink eye.
Touch your eyes in the gym?
You do.
What happens?
You'll get pink eye.
I didn't bring anything to write with.
I'm waiting for everybody else to come. So I don't have to repeat myself.
Fair enough. Be here on
Sharif was on the phone with Tamika. She knows the right.
Yeah, she's gonna send that. She was sending an email to a customer, and she was coming.
And she said she had to call a customer. She was picking up the phone. She had to call him, and then she's got to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
So she's going to be a little bit later.
Well, it's almost Christmas time.
time. You done all your shopping?
No. So our plans were ruined yesterday because
yeah,
I had
that's right.
plans to go during lunch to go pick up a couple of things at Target, and then after I was gonna stop at the mall after work. And
Did they
then,
fix it?
No, Valentine's gonna fix it tonight.
That
We
dude's
gotta
a hoss.
we gotta go pick up the part. He's like, we're not paying $350. Okay. So that's a good thing about having a handy husband. He doesn't.
Agreed.
He's like, you would. It would have been if I wasn't in the picture. You would have paid the $350. I said, yeah, because I would have had no
Convenience.
choice. And trust me, on the ride home or that way towards my house to the place where I took it is like down the street from my house. It was just like, oh, this wind. And I told them, I said, I felt like the little piglet from the insurance commercial that was me. That was me yesterday. And it hurt me to pay the $50 for Uber this morning, but I didn't get up in time. Okay, who's missing? Calvin?
I don't think he's
Yeah. I think you might have solved the subject.
Oh,
with
can you like dial up to me at 2727? Speaker.
Phone. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
2727.
Yes, I got.
Hi, Tamika. We're all here.
Hello.
Hello.
Tired.
Yes.
How are you? Can you hear us?
I don't think she can hear us.
Something's up.
You just hung up on her.
This is the mute. I was just making sure.
Yes, I got.
Can you hear us?
Cold in here. You enjoy this one.
Do
Tamika.
this one.
It's not.
Do this one.
This one?
Just try it.
Hello, Tamika?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
Caller, are you there?
I think I did it right.
Okay, answer it.
Sir?
Hey, Tamika?
Call from a cell phone.
I have her number.
Prank call.
This is you can hear her. This is the right way to do it, right?
Unless
something is unplugged or something.
Well, see, I thought maybe it might be on hold. It's not. That's the hold,
Is something
right?
unplugged underneath here?
Mm-mm.
Not because it's green here.
Yeah, it's all good.
Makes sense. I'm gonna hang up. Okay. Okay, you do it. Maybe you'll have better luck
I've never
with it.
done it before. I don't know how to do it.
That's, all you do is push this and push 27,
Wait.
27, right?
And then, I can't play with Lois.
Hello. Hello.
Tamika.
No, not today.
That's that. I'm not gonna answer anymore. Hello.
Tamika?
I can't hear you. This is the last time. Hello.
No, that would
Turn up the volume.
I did. Here, that's the first thing I thought
We'll
of.
try that with my next incoming call.
I just text her, so let's see what she says. If not, I'll just call her from my phone.
What is this button?
Tamika.
That's mute.
Tamika.
Hello.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Can you hear us?
Stop acting like you don't hear
Let's
us.
do more. That's really what she did. Let's do Morse code. Anybody know Morse?
Okay. I just have her on my phone.
Now she wanna ask.
It's like, forget it, these people are playing with you.
Hey, Tamika.
Hey.
I think there's something wrong with our phone in the conference room.
Okay.
Because we can hear you, but I don't think you can hear us, right?
No, I can't hear you.
Okay, so I'm just gonna keep you on speaker on my phone, but I'm just gonna, I know that I had sent the meeting invite from 2:30 to 4, but I don't wanna do it that long because I don't have the energy to go over what I was gonna go over. Okay, so I was gonna go over it in great detail, but I think that we'll have to leave that for another day. So
Okay.
basically, what I wanted to go over is the dispute process. Okay, the last I checked, we had 7,800 unidentified disputes, and a lot of it, I know some of it is unapplied cash, but not all of it is unapplied cash. Okay, so I would say at least 5,000 of those are going to be true disputes on our end. So what I'm finding is when I go in there to look at the disputes, they're not disputed properly, okay? So I'm gonna go over and kind of show with the presentation. This is why I said I don't have the energy, plus I'm like strapped for time because I'm going over some of the rejects on the write-offs. So I'm gonna go over the exact process on how to dispute an invoice properly, how to break it up, and how to attach the documents. Now when you attach documents or attach anything that's important, it'll save me from having to go and ask you anything, okay? So that's one of the reasons why this dispute process is important, because not only am I looking at it, but other people are looking at it too, okay? Recently, I had a few candid conversations with a couple of controllers. One of them was Chuck Kennedy, and he just told me, he basically said, look, we have all these write-offs for my district, for my areas, including like the big corporate accounts, including the branch accounts, and I don't want to be on the same boat next year with the same issues, with the same type of write-offs and credits that we're waiting, that we're not getting resolved, and we're not handling the disputes timely, okay? So in his area, he's one of the controllers that will go in, and I showed him how to go in and look at notes and at the dispute level, how to look at attachments, how to look at any comments when it comes to write-offs. If you're going to write off anything in his district, he wants to make sure that there was calls made, not only emails, that there was effort. And if there's effort and there's attachments and there's everything is disputed properly, no response from the branches, he has no problem. The problem he runs into is when we're trying to write something off and there are no notes and get paid. Or we're trying to issue a credit on a dispute and seems like there's no collection efforts. So I have to give him that. I said, he's right. Because we have a software, and I've been kind of pushing it down their throats since I started. So now that I have their attention, I want to make sure that it's not a training issue on our end, okay? Now, do I want you all to go back from day one and dispute your stuff from day one? No. But I have been talking about disputes for months, years now. And there's still the same things that are not happening with the same accounts where things are not being disputed, okay? This is so important because now if we have this in writing and we have the process pretty perfected, because I think it's perfected, and so like our Get Paid system has the capabilities of keeping track of our disputes, right? The only thing that I don't have turned on is the escalation, okay? Everything else is there. So if I come to you and I ask you for more detail, it's either because I didn't have it, I didn't find it and get paid, or if I come to you and ask you, I don't like to have to go to you, because that's why we have a system, okay? To avoid that. Everybody has their time or things they have to do throughout the day. So the last thing I want to do is having to go ask basic questions of, hey, where are you at with this account? Hey, who's holding up the process? Or things. If I can go in there and see myself, then I will escalate things on my own without even having to go to you. And I have done that. I have gone and I've been very, very direct with the field. Now, having said that, the expectations have risen from the field, okay? Now, it is not about since the day that I started working here, I've been trying to get people's attention to pay attention to our emails, to pay attention to their ATB. And here we are almost 2 years later, and I got it. Okay? And the last thing I want is for us to turn people away or not be. We are, unfortunately, the punching bag of the company. That's who we are, because we are drawing attention to all the negative of things, the shortcomings of other departments, or where people are dropping the ball. It lands here. Okay? So when we have these type of situations, they don't like us to begin with. They don't want to be told what to do. So I want to be able to come here and prove them wrong, if anything else, because at the end of the day, we are the credit, Calvin, collections, you all, and disputes department. That's who we are. So if I have in some of these corporate accounts, your customer is not going to be the actual customer. More than likely, is going to be a strategic person. Do I agree with the way they have their things set up? No. Do I agree with how they handle their accounts? Hell no, I don't. But it's going to be a point of I have to pick and choose my battles, and I have to take it in chunks. I can't try to fix everything because it's not going to happen. I'm gonna set up myself for failure. I'm gonna set up myself for disappointment, and then I'm gonna be throwing things up in the air and say, forget it. I give up. And that's not the type of person that I am. Okay. The only thing is that the kind of manager that I am is that I take one piece at a time. Okay. I'm sending out the ATB reports. I have gone to the point of dissecting that report to there is nothing they can ask me that I can't give them, except for dispute information, okay? As far as everything else, I can tell you the branch, I can tell you the controller, I can tell you the servicing branch, I can tell you the area branch, I can tell you when the freaking account was approved, okay? All of that, and it has been a very long, strenuous road for me. And some of you that have been here since I've been here. And then the ones that just came, that have joined the team, it's a victory for me. I'm really excited to hear from these people. I'm excited to hear from that things are actually moving, because they were not moving for a very long time. We were ignored. There was no credit and collections department. It was more about just a yes department. Okay? So now, when you get this information, I have found that some of you don't have the skill set to manage big information, a big amount of Excel worksheets. We're doing it very old school, very old fashioned, and it's taking way too much time, and the frustration level is way there. I can see why. Catherine is frustrated over there, because she has to deal with all these servicing branches, all these credits that she has to be entered, and she has to manually enter them. Well, I'm going to get away from that. I'm not going to have her sit there. I'm not going to pay her to have her sit there and manually enter 200 credits. She has more skill sets than that. That's a data entry person. I don't want a data entry person. So Kim is actually coming in and trying to find a person that's going to come in and give you the professional Excel classes that you need, because I can sit here and try to show you how to manipulate a pivot table, and then a table within a pivot table, and these formulas where you can add or subtract information from a cell. I can do that, but I think it's best because it's not just one person.